Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. It is really not a speech that I have prepared today, but it's just an honor to be here, having been invited to this very august, very profound ceremony. I am really honored that I was invited to be here. The blessing is all mine. And to our imams and to the organizers, to our young ladies, as I watched you recite the Quran, if there's anything I regret is that I haven't been able to learn my Quran as fluently as you do yours. And today you have inspired me. And with the help of Allah, I'm going to go to work. Inshallah, next year, I will be more fluent in my study of the Quran. May Allah continue to increase you in knowledge as well, my dear sisters. And to my brothers as well, may Allah give you beneficial knowledge and increase your status among your colleagues. On behalf of the President of the Republic, I would like to extend his warmest greetings and regards to all of you who have gathered to witness this international Quran competition. It is important as an ummah that we remind ourselves every day of what Islam truly represents and stands for. There was a time that I ever came across a statement that in our time, jihad is not taking bombs or taking swords or killing each other, that the best form of jihad today is the jihad of self-example. That if we say that Islam is the light of the world, we as the proponents and the practitioners of Islam must reflect this light. Indeed, not just words. 2 days ago, I came across a video of an imam at Palestine. I don't know how many of you have seen that video. And it was described as the shortest khutbah, because he stood and watched the congregation and he said that if the number of people who have been martyred as a result of the Israel-Palestinian war, the thousands of people who have been maimed, the many millions who have been deprived of their homes, is not enough to bring the Islamic Ummah to attention, what will his mere words do? I think that was profound. He ended his khutbah and said, "Let us pray," and he led his prayers. And that is the truth of the challenge that faces us as an Ummah today. How much of a light of this world will we be? And so on that note, I would like to encourage all of us to truly depict the teachings of Islam. Because amongst our communities, in the nations that we represent, Islam, which is supposed to be the light of the world, has been given quite a bad name. Today, our Muslim communities face daunting challenges, and we cannot run away from those challenges. Those practices and behaviors that we count and point to as perversions to Islam are not things that we must be proud about. Today in our communities, we are dealing with the challenges of drug abuse. Today in our communities, debt is choking us. And yet we know that Islam preaches cleanliness. Today in our communities, young people are deferring to short forms to generate wealth instead of following the path of the deen, which encourages all of us to seek knowledge, even if we have to go to China for it. And so why are we losing interest in the acquisition of beneficial knowledge? Why is Sakawa known predominantly or referenced predominantly to our Zongo communities? And yet within those same communities, we have these brilliance. Within our communities, we can have examples of great successful men and women. Within our communities, there are mentors who should inspire us every day that our condition must not and cannot and should not be a limitation to how far we can go if we put our heads and our minds to it. And so today I challenge all of us, as we partake in this competition, as we celebrate the brilliance of our brothers and sisters, let us ask ourselves, what will be my contribution as a Muslim? Not only to my ummah, not only to my community, but to my country, to Africa and the world. In a couple of decades from now, what stories will be written about me? About the impact I made to my neighbor, to my brother, to my sister? What stories will be told about the light I allowed to shine in my community? So those are my brief words. But on behalf of the president, last week, he met the regional imams from across the country. And the reason for that meeting was to share and remind them of his commitment to the challenges of our community. In that meeting, the president made a number of reassurances to our Zongo communities broadly and to our Muslim communities and populations broadly. It was to remind us about how highly he takes the rights to the freedoms of expression, to the freedoms of worship, and to the freedoms to practice one's faith and manifest that faith, as our constitutions provide. That means a young Muslim girl desiring to be a hijabi should not be discriminated against in her quest to acquire education, be it secular or religious, or in her quest to participate in the economy as an employee of any corporate organizations. It means that Muslim girls and boys learning in Christian schools must not be prevented from praying, from observing the fast during the month of Ramadan, or from participating in Eid festivities if they fall in school. To that extent, President John Dramani Mahama has reassured all of us that he has directed the Education Minister to work towards signing MOUs, Memoranda of Understanding, with some of the mission schools who continue to prevent Muslims from exercising their rights to worship in those government-subvented schools. He says no Ghanaian child should be forced to abandon or hide their faith in pursuit of education. As we also speak, the government is recruiting 3,000 Arabic instructors under the Islamic Education Unit, a promise that he made during the election period and a promise that is currently being implemented. This is to ensure that we have enough Arabic teachers to be able to teach our ummah and members of our community about our faith as a way of contributing towards national unity and cohesion as well. The president also assured our imams that the Scholarship Secretariat of Ghana has been directed to implement an affirmative action program that would consider giving priority placements to young Muslims to pursue important subject matters of technology, of engineering, of health, to be doctors and what have you, because these are the areas we require more. Especially for women, there is a lot of encouragement for you to pursue science subjects. We need more Muslim women as gynecologists. Our husbands don't like men poking at us when we are pregnant. And many of you are unwilling to support your girls to go to medical school to become female doctors. So who should invest in their daughter for your wife to be comfortable when she goes to the hospital? so. He's doing so by assuring you that there will be scholarships for your sister, for your daughter, for your wife, once you encourage her to pursue science-related subjects at Kabiru. So I'd like to encourage my young females, please do take your education seriously. As we know, Islam enjoins both the Muslim man and the Muslim woman to pursue beneficial knowledge. We do need many more women in our science fields, especially as gynecologists as well, so we can preserve the dignity of our women. The President has also to ensure we have a befitting Hajj terminal. As many of you would recall, there was a promise to make the Hajj fare more affordable, and we're able to achieve that in this particular year, from reducing the fare from 75,000 to. Of course, the President has since received some feedback from the organization of this year's Hajj, and as such, he has named a new chair to the Hajj board, and his work will be to ensuring that we include the feedback towards next year's Hajj to make it more smooth and also beneficial to those who will be participating in the Hajj next year, inshallah. The President has also reassured us of his promise to ensure the prompt release of Muslim bodies who of Muslims who die, unfortunately, to ensure that we are able to receive those bodies in due time, in line with our practice and custom. And as we also speak, the President is assuring all of us that the Zongo Development Fund will be used towards supporting especially educational infrastructure like the Al Farouk College of Education, so that Muslim communities can benefit from government-sponsored and government-constructed secondary schools, training colleges, to be able to meet the educational shortfall in terms of outcomes within our Zongo communities, and so that also remains prime on his agenda. To that end, he has appointed a new Zongo Development Fund manager, the person of Alhaji Halidu Haruna. He has also appointed the National Zongo Coordinator at the Office of the President, Alhaji Muniru. Alhaji, what's his name again? Baba Lamin. I've been eating lunch. That's probably why. So Baba Lamin is now the National Coordinator for Zongo activities at the Office of the Presidency. I am at the Office of the Presidency. I think that the kind of diversity now that exists and the inclusion that exists at the Office of the President is great testimony that our issues will find expression at the highest level, inshallah. So ladies and gentlemen, with these few words, I would like to once again say thank you for the honor of this invitation. I wish all the participants all the best. I want the women to win. I'm biased like that, but I wish you all the best. And may Allah see all of us to a successful conclusion of today's event. And those of you who have come from far, may He give you traveling mercies back to your families and to your homes and to your loved ones. Those of us in Accra, we also find ourselves safely back home. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.